What's going on, guys? New YouTube video. Been on the grind. Really hyped for you guys to see this. So this is really just going to be a short YouTube video. I'm just going to run you guys through a student that I personally mentored. I'm sure you guys have seen at some point the interview that I did with him. His name's Hayden, and let's get right into it. So I'm going to give you a quick timeline of when I started working with Hayden, kind of what he was doing. And like I said, a lot of this is in that interview. If you guys do want to watch that, it's linked on my profile. But Hayden came to me about March of 2024, and the way I was connected with him was actually through his wife. Funny story. And his wife was actually on my streams, was very consistent in being on my streams and just, paying attention to my reels and just everything like that I've been doing. So his wife hit me up on Instagram one day and said, "Hey Xander, I've just been on your streams. I see how you trade, and I think my husband would be a great fit for, like working with you possibly." And this was like right when I launched my mentorship for like just a few people, because I was growing as a creator, but I also wanted to focus on like 3, 4, 5 students like maximum. So that's when I started onboarding Hayden. So his wife connected me with him. We got started on that, and my first thing that I do with my students is talk to them and kind of understand market research, kind of like where they're at mentally, experience they have, so I can know how to, I guess, help them, because every person is like a case by case situation. Like student A is going to be a little different than student B, right? And that's what shows like a good coach. Every student's different. You just need to learn how to adapt to helping student A compared to student B, because they're different. Student A might be 2 years in their journey. Student B might be 2 days in their journey. So it's going to differentiate between teaching student A, teaching student B. But enough of that. So that's when Hayden came to me. Hayden had trading experience, but he was struggling putting everything together for one main reason, and this is the reason that kills everyone in trading: ego. Ego is the biggest thing that will kill anything in trading. So that was Hayden's biggest issue. He would win a trade, his ego would just go up and up and up, just the confidence, but like mostly ego. What would happen after that? He would get a little overconfident, and then he'd lose a trade. Now this is where ego kicked in. He would not want to learn from those mistakes, right? He would be like, "Oh, I'm not sure where I'm wrong," or "I know I'm not wrong, it's just not the best conditions," even though he was wrong on something and there were mistakes that were being made. So biggest thing I started off working on was ego. And the way I did that with Hayden was literally going back to the basics. He had experience, and I'm sure if you guys watched the interview, you saw he made, I think he said once, like $8,000 with a broker. They didn't pay him out, but that was kind of like a tipping point for him, showing like, yeah, you can actually make money with this. So that was kind of his proof of concept. So that's when he came to me, started working with him. And like I said, we really just went back to the basics. And that was really just market structure, how to read candles, liquidity, literally the basics, nothing complex, nothing crazy. And that's what simplified everything for him, because it's not about like just making it simple, because obviously everything in trading that is super simple is beautiful, because simplicity is key in trading, right? You don't want to mark out every fair value gap you see on the chart. Everything wants to be simple. Just simplicity is key in trading. So that's what I did with him, and that's what helped him a ton, because he was able to go from literally making nothing in trading, just losing money, losing accounts, everything, to being successful. So that's what I'm going to lead into. What did I take Hayden to? So Hayden came to me, failing challenges, not able to pass. No joke, within 30 days of working with me, just applying one thing. Drop the ego, I would say. Drop the ego and be simple. Simple, simple, simple. I say this all the time to all my students. $24,000 within 30 days. I don't want to say surprised. I was like, oh wow. He actually applied everything. He did not drop anything along the way. Like legitimately, he did not do anything wrong, and he followed everything I said. And that's what makes, like, obviously I can be the best coach in the world. A good student is someone who is just willing to listen to criticism and listen to times when they're wrong, right? Because let's say I'm a student, I have a really good coach, his name's Xander. Let's say I'm a student and I take a losing trade, but I go to my coach and I say, "Hey, why did I lose this trade?" And they're like, "Oh, this, that, you didn't wait for liquidity sweep. That's why you got stopped out. You entered in a premium for longs, blah, blah, blah." And me as a student, imagine I just say, no, that's not right. I did everything right. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong on that trade. Everything was right. It's just bad market conditions. It's just Trump speaking. It's this, it's that, it's this. That has nothing to do with anything. If there is a clear mistake, as a student, I should not go, no, 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 no. That was a good trade. I should say, okay, you know what? You're the coach. You are the mentor. You know more than me. What did I do wrong? Tell me so I know. So this is what I did with Hayden too. I tell my students what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything with my students. If they need to hear that they lost a trade, it is completely their fault. I'm not going to yell at them at the top of my lungs, but I'm going to be in a serious tone. I'm going to keep them accountable. So that's what I would do with Hayden. If he made a mistake, I'd be, Hayden, you made this mistake, correct that. What did he do? Obviously, he did everything right. He listened and he actually took my criticism and applied that to his trading. So if he didn't wait for liquidity sweep, I said, Hayden, you didn't wait for liquidity sweep. And what would he do? He'd wait for a sweep. How do you think within 30 days of me fixing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 errors for him throughout the weeks, in 4 weeks he achieved a $24,000 payout? Everything's documented, by the way. Everything's in the Discord. If you watch the interview, you'll see everything is documented. In the Discord, he posted that 24K payout. Everyone else, whoa, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? They think he's like some like god or something. He thinks, they freak out and they're like, how'd you do that? It's simple, guys. Like, it's like, obviously, like, I don't want to say trading simple. It takes years and years of experience just to see, oh, this will play out, this won't play out. But like, at the end of the day, it's not complex. Like I said, trading is just simple, 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 and that's the beauty about it. So if you simplify everything, you will see results, and I promise you. I tell my students every single time on every single first call I have with them. They say, so where should I go from here, Xander? The first thing I say is I go through the plan, obviously set a structure with them, but the one thing I say is take notes on videos, watch videos, take calls with me, attend every possible stream you can, and I promise if you just commit time to this and you don't like, wander off, let everything slowly disappear, I promise this will work out. And it's true, because over time, this will work out. Even 2-3 years from now, you're in the same spot. That's on you, because if you're in the same spot you are, let's just say, okay, today is March 8th. Let's say 1 year from now, March 8th, 2026, you're in the same spot. There is no one to blame but yourself. And why is that? Like, literally, if you're in the same spot and you're not happy, you cannot blame life. You cannot blame school. You cannot blame work. You cannot blame your boss, your parents, your family, your siblings, anything. And why is that? There's no one to blame but yourself. You're the only person that can change your life. No one's going to come to you with $1 million cash and say, here you go, trade for me, here's your bailout. And hopefully you'll make money on that. And if you don't have to give anything back. No, that's not how it works. You actually need to put the time in. And with trading, it's more so a thing that's like trial and error. You need to figure out what doesn't work so you know what works. And let's just say you try a strategy, it doesn't work. Now you know it doesn't work. Now you can figure out what works. That's in the word trial and error. Once you know what works, you scale on it, you double down, and boom, you have something called an edge in the market. So, like, literally, do not, I guess, lose passion in trading. And, like, going back to Hayden. Hayden had, 3-4 years of just constant downslope in trading. And look where he is today. I guarantee you, if Hayden were to look, like, let's just say 4 years ago, if he were to look 4 years in the future to, we're in 2025 right now, let's say in 2021 when Hayden was losing trades, if he looked at himself 4 years from now, what he's making because of what I taught him, what I fixed with him, do you think he'd believe that? Yes or no? Most people would probably say, oh no, he probably wouldn't. But that's also the thing. Like, you need to believe in yourself. If you say to yourself 4 years from now, I'm going to be making 30K, 40K, 50K a month, it's going to happen. It's called manifestation. Obviously, you need to apply everything. You can't just say, I can't just say to myself, Xander, 4 years from now, you're going to be making 500K a month and then just lay in my bed for 4 years. It's not going to work, right? You obviously have to apply everything. You need to go through everything. You actually need to put the work in. Like I said, nothing's just going to be handed to you. But I guess to close out, that's kind of all I wanted to say on this little case study I had with Hayden. Great student, actually listened to everything I had to say. And this is living proof of what I teach works. So Hayden, good job. I know I've told you that multiple times. Watch the interview if you haven't, guys. But last thing I'll end this off on is, like I've been saying, have a passion in trading. If you genuinely have a passion, actually show that. Actually show up every day at market open. Actually show and literally place your plan that you've been working on, let's just say the last 6 months. Actually show that in the charts. Show that you actually have built something. You have dedication. You have that motivation. But best of all, you are very disciplined. If you don't see a trade, don't take it. If you see a trade, it's not good, don't take it. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. Please watch this, go through it, and Last thing I'll say, if you guys want to keep seeing educational content, I know you guys are making a lot of money on like the stuff I teach for free. It's crazy, legitimately. Like guys are watching my YouTube videos and they're sending me payouts like $2, $3, $4,000, and I'm like, this is literally all just free content. So do me a favor, like this video if you made it to the end of this. Subscribe if you guys want more free content. Keyword on that. I'll post free strategy videos, free trade recaps on like how I made money on a trade, and you guys can just watch the strategy behind it, kind of copy that, and just subscribe. Keep me going to content, and I'll see you guys on the next.